Hi, this is Donnie Vaughn of the Marketing Twins. This video tutorial is going to show you quickly how to load up some photos as well as a slideshow. And I may have to break this up into two. We'll see if we have enough time. What I mean by photos, for instance, would be just if you want to put one single photo on a page similar to this. This is your home page. In addition, I'm going to show you how to load up a slideshow like we have here. And these are just rotating images that come in and out automatically. So how do we do that? Let's first take the first thing I was talking about, and that is how do we put a photo on a page. So let's go to your dashboard. That's what you always do to take care of these issues. We'll edit the page, and let's say in this case we're going to let's pick the elopement package. So if we will go over to the elopement package, what is currently on the page looks like this. But let's say we have some photos we want to add, and we'll do it down here at the bottom so it's not something we can easily change. Okay, at this point you can scroll up, and it's kind of tricky because you got to be able to scroll up on one side, be able to scroll down, and it's kind of tricky, so sometimes you just have to get it just right. So I'm going to center these, and that's why you can tell it's because it's flashing right here. That's where my cursor is. I might actually move it up just a bit, center that. There we go. And so what I'll do is, you know what, I tell you what, I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to put a little space there. There's this thing right here. It says upload and insert. There's two different ways of doing it. You can add an image or you can add media. I choose the add media I use it for everything, whether it's a PDF or a video or whatever. You can use either one, this one or this one. These other two, use add video, add audio. That's why this add media is the catch-all. So I tend to use that one. So if you clicked on add media, I just clicked that one time. You can do a couple different things. You could select the file from your computer. So if you have the image already saved on your desktop is the best place to put it, or some flash drive or something, then all you have to do is select the file. And for the sake of this, I'll go ahead and show you. We've got some stuff here in our McClendon folder. So let's just say I wanted to put one Christmas and put that in there. It loads it up. You can see it loads it up really quickly. Now, at this point, you've got some things here. The title, usually I'll usually blank that out. You could actually type, something here that says Christmas. A lot of times that's where if you hover over the picture, that's what will show up. There's some other reasons to do that, but sometimes you can do that. I don't like to see it where you have like the file number that comes from the camera. So if you have like DC, I see this a lot. And that looks kind of weird, so I would rather just highlight Christmas or leave it blank, one of the two. You can leave all that blank, leave this URL thing here. Basically, just so you'll know, anytime you add a photo, it's going to go into the media library. And every photo has its own URL to it. So if I was to copy that, I could open up my own little browser, and you can't see what I'm pasting. I just pasted this in my browser, and there's the picture. So you just know that every photo that you have has its own unique URL, and that might play a role later on. The alignment, I've already centered it, but you could center it here. This is the biggest thing right now. The full size, this is the size of the picture. Or in some cases, it'll kind of, based on where it's going to go, it will suggest that. So you could insert post, and then there's the picture there. Now, there's some things you could do with this. If you click on it one time, it opens up this is a delete, or this little thing here, you could edit it. I like to edit it. There's some things you could do, not so much on this page, but if you click on advanced settings, you could, for instance, you could change the height here and the width. Only key thing is to make those proportionate. So if you're going to do 50% of that, then you have to think what's 225 divided by, or 50% of 225, and what's obviously 50% of 300 is 150, so keep those proportions, otherwise your pictures can get very distorted. Don't worry about that. You don't have to do anything here. If you want to put a border, you could put a number here, 2. You could change that to a 1. I think you could change colors, but I typically just stay with black. Don't worry about vertical space and horizontal space. You can update it. You could go back and change that. Say, you know what, I like this. I'm going to do advanced settings and make that a 2. And that way it's a thicker thing. And sometimes when by doing this, it kind of gets off center. So I'll just go back and click on it and center it again. And all I did was click on it. When you see those little dots, you'll know it's activated, and you can center that, or right justify, left justify. And then when you're done, and if you wanted to, you could even hyperlink a picture to something. So let's say you wanted this to go to the events section. I don't know why. Maybe you want to direct people to that. You could have it in the same window. And then you can update the page. And once you're done updating the page, you can see that it's page updated. We could go to the elopement package. We're going to update my browser. You can't see what I did there, but I just updated my browser. And then there's the picture. Now you see it's got a little border that runs nice. I like the borders in some cases. I don't have them on the edges here. One of the photos, just so they don't kind of feel like they're floating out there. I like the framing out of that. Actually, if I hyperlink that or hover over that, you see that that word Christmas kind of appears. You kind of have to get your cursor just right. So that's another reason for you to put that text in like we did. But if I was to click that, you can see that it opens up to the events page here. So, you know, that gives you some idea that you could insert a picture as well as be able to link it. So let's go now real quickly to, I'm going to delete that off for the sake of this. Save it or update it. Now let's go in and create a slideshow. Again, the slideshow would be like this murder mystery slideshow that's running here. We go down here, down, and I'm going kind of fast here, but down the dashboard. And this time you don't have to be in a certain page. It just happens to be I'm still in the elopement package. I will come back to that a little bit later. But for now, I need to scroll to the very bottom. And at the very bottom, there's a couple different things here. And primarily you're going to use to manage the gallery or add. So in this case, I'm going to add a gallery. Let's just say we call it Christmas. Okay. And we're going to add a gallery here. It says it's been added and created. Okay. Now, after I want to upload images, first thing, it kind of, you browse, and again, I can go into my folder where I've got some pictures here. So let's say I'm going to put all of, oh, in this case, it won't let you do one at a time. It's a little frustrating. You just have to, you can put them in like this one at a time. Let's just do those 3. Then you want to put what gallery. You know, we already have a Christmas one. Well, no, that's the Christmas one we just created. So we'll put Christmas there. And then we upload. Don't use this enable flash base. That's, you don't want to do that. And see what it's doing now is it says 3 images have successfully added. Now that you've got them added to your gallery, you can go over to manage the gallery. And from here, you'll see here's the flag photos, and then here's the Christmas one we just did. There are 3 quantity photos put there. You can even click on the album that we created and see the photos listed right here. So this text, you know, if you wanted to call it something different, you could. The rest of the stuff you don't really have to do anything with. So let's save that. And so now let's just go back to our page now. And at the end of the elopement, we'll put it there, just so we can do the same thing as last time. So we scroll down to the very bottom of the page, and we'll center that again. This is where what we'll do is, instead of inserting one of these, we actually come over to right here, and we're going to add, I think it's this one, yeah, it's this one right here. It kind of looks like some picture icons. It says the next gen gallery or something like that. It's just the plugin that's used. There we go. So I've got some options here. And the best thing to do is just leave those. And the gallery that you've selected, we're going to select Christmas, and we're going to select slideshow. And if we insert, all you see is this right here. So you think, well, that didn't do anything. But when you update it, and then go to back to the page, we're going to click on elopement. Hopefully what we'll see, yeah, is we'll see some pictures that are set up in a slideshow. Now, there's one thing that you need to know about setting up pictures on a slideshow, and this is where you need to find either somebody who can do this, or there's ways to do it online, and that is the photos that you have to select have to fit in a particular format. You can see that these pictures look a little distorted because some of the pictures were vertical pictures, some were horizontal, but they were too big. When I went down here to gallery options. So when I'm up there, I've got all these different options here, and I'm going to select slideshow. Now, the default, and this slide shows the settings for all of these. You see it's this JW, and there's nothing you can do to change that. It's the Jerion, whatever his last name is. That's his icon, and that's part of the way things work. And you can change these, but you're changing it for every slideshow on the page. And these, we've selected this size because it fits real nicely inside this little area here. So the best thing to do, rather than just pick any picture and put it in there, is to there's some really easy software out there that you can do it, is to create take your photos and resize them down to be 580 pixels wide and 380 pixels high. And if you have a picture like that, then you know that they fit all nice and neatly in the slideshow, and we go from there. Now, there's some things we're going to leave that at fit. That's what it needs to be, and we go from there. And so, anyway, you save that. But this is how you add a slideshow. Again, if you had pictures that were too small or too big, it's going to distort them a little bit. But you get the idea of how to add a slideshow, and that's what we wanted to do in this tutorial. So, hope that helps. Thanks.